Mum's Comics, Feminist Gibberish. Do you know who Mum's Comics is?
No.
I certainly didn't either. Until this weekend, her comics blew up because they're very, very insightful into her mind and nothing else. And I thought we'd enjoy them. So we'll start off just with obviously a little show here, being the fact that analysing what is a woman going to be very relevant to this, and you should go and give that a watch.
Yeah, what is a mum? I have no means of reference for understanding this. It could be a man, it could be a woman. Who knows?
A genuine question we should ask to Mum's Comics, because if we go to the Instagram account, of course, you can see Mum's Life Comics here, and pronouns.
I already hate the art style. It's...
Yeah, but just on the basis here, I mean, firstly, pronouns in the description, which... Oh, that's a big red flag right there, as it always is.
Why do you need pronouns if you've listed that you're a mum?
Who knows? Who knows? But I'm kind of a little... I don't know how much we can do into the like father-mother aspect of it, because I don't have kids. I mean, it'll be... I'm sure Carl will give his own opinion at some point. But I think we're going to go through this, because there's cartoons about her being a mum, right? And you think, okay, you know... Oh my god, there used to be no laundry. Now I've got kids. Lots of laundry. Haha.
Oh no.
That's one of the comics.
Is that really...
Yeah.
Is that the kind of boomer humour you're going to subject me to?
No.
It's going to be like in Clockwork Orange, you're going to have to tie me to the chair.
That would be okay. You know, whatever. Some weird boomer mum is making these cartoons. Okay, you know. The thing is, she's obviously like a leftist lunatic, for one, and I shall demonstrate this with her own cartoons, as we shall see. So you see this one here, she had put out. Liberty and justice for all, Black Lives Matter, you know, racial pride flag, pro-woman, pro-choice, my body, my choice. Okay, sure, she's a leftist, you might think, but she writes in here, I know I'm not alone in feeling that the 4th has become a complicated holiday. That hasn't. America number one. That's all it is for most Americans. So here's a post I made last year that I've updated a bit to reflect how I'm feeling this year. I've always felt really lucky to live in the United States, but I'm now feeling super scared about the direction of this country has been going in. One in which the land of the free is getting less and less free for anyone who isn't a white Christian straight cis male.
It's pretty much the other way around, isn't it?
Planet you live on. I mean, do you literally just never go out your house? You look after the kids and go teach yoga?
I'm sure Derek Chauvin's more free, isn't he? Yeah.
No, but even just on the basic stuff. I mean, like, you know, people losing jobs for being white. I mean, you just can't apply for them. Christians, their freedom at all-time high. They love living in Europe. It's fantastic. That's number one, at least. So they're fleeing into America. But it's just mad. She doesn't hear. So until we have true liberty, justice for all, we continue to fight, sending love and solidarity to everyone who is feeling this way today too. Okay, so you're a leftist lunatic. That's, normal. That's, there's a lot of people online like that. There's a lot more of it, though, because if you go to the next one here, she's got a BLM post. Because of reasons.
Isn't that cultural appropriation?
You'd think so.
Bit of meditating there.
But as we get into the feminist gibberish, I mean, this is where it gets into what her comics are really about. So the next one here is just the feminist posting, of course. Where she says in here, women will have equality when men share the responsibility of bringing up the next generation. I was like...
Don't they already do that?
Yeah.
And they always have.
And your husband, lady, definitely does. Because we've got posts from you about how your relationship works, and it's why she blew up. And again, this isn't a story about her. Don't contact her. Leave her alone. The story is the fact that she blew up in the internet sphere, and the story as to why she blew up, which is people didn't take kindly to how she portrayed her husband, to say the least. But just before we get there, of course, she's also against racism. That is a tough
Stunning
one.
and brave.
In this day and age. Woof, against racism. Oh, God. Oh, man.
I like that it's written in crayon text as well. Extra condescending.
Yeah, it's just painful. Hashtag BLM, I love equality. No. Okay, the next one here, we can see also she's very normie. She stands with Ukraine. Now, don't care about the Ukraine conflict discussion. That's not what I'm making this post for, showing it. I'm showing this because, right, what is it? 8 out of 10 Americans can't point to Ukraine on the map? Do you think she's in the 2 out of 10 or the 8 out of 10? Just having a guess.
Well, I'm guessing from how you're framing it, she's in the 8 out of 10.
I think she's probably in the 8 out of 10. Just maybe the bigger opinion of me that maybe this sheltered woman does not know where Ukraine is, but I think that might be true. Because she's living in absolute luxury, and this is by her own statements. If we go to the next one here, this is some post apparently she made. She writes in here about her life, in which she says that Ben is an amazing father and husband. He carries quite a lot of mental load himself and does a lot around the house. He cooks all of our dinners. He does almost all of our grocery shopping. He pays for all of our bills and maintains our yard. He does his own laundry as well.
So basically she's a parasite is what I'm hearing.
You know, that's their relationship. She's like, you can do whatever they want, right?
He does
You know?
everything.
I don't know what she does.
Where's the division of labour there? She does the whinging by the sounds of it.
She does the breakfast and the lunch, I'm going to presume, and looks at the kids whilst he's at work and makes sure they don't touch some glass. I don't know what else. Makes comics, presumably.
She probably just plugs in the iPad that their children are staring at.
Yeah,
That's the job.
3 nights a week, he comes home from work and immediately handles everything Charlie and May duties while I head out to teach yoga. There you are. That's her life. An incredibly...
Sounds pretty cushy to me.
Yeah, just an incredibly sheltered individual. I'm not surprised by any of those normie leftist opinions at this point. It's like, okay, yeah, you literally don't go out. Like, you just stare at the kids. You don't have to work. You don't do any real hardship. And you come to the conclusion that America's some racist patriarchy that's keeping you down. Keeping a sister down, don't you know, Josh? Ugh.
Yeah, America, where you're allowed to work as a yoga teacher and support yourself. Great.
And she's even more ungrateful, and there's another reason as to why people didn't like her. And I'm coming around to that opinion, because this is one of her comics here, it's just the marriage bed, and I guess we'll go through these. And she says in here, before we had kids, my husband made the bed first thing every morning. It was something he took pride in, and I greatly appreciated it. Okay, so there we go, that's another thing he did. You don't. He made the bed every day, so that's the first slide there, John. And then she says, at some point during our daughter's first year, he stopped making the bed, and I was in no place to take up where he left off, so the bed went unmade.
She is in no place. You can't make your own bed.
Making a bed? What are you, mad?
I think I can hear... Can you hear that? I think it's Jordan Peterson. I can hear him.
Oh, God. Like, it's just painful.
Get your room in order before you try and change the world, I think the phrase is, isn't it?
Yeah. She goes on. She says, for almost 5 years now, our bed has been a mess. She doesn't make it. Just as you can see, the stupid pillows that women buy to put on the bed have been in the corner. Just a small rant. I hate these pillows.
I agree. Pillows should be at the side of the bed or under the bed, not on the bed.
But also, like, they must spend, I mean, everyone's house who has these, 60% of the time not in the correct position and therefore making the whole place look dirty. And then the rest of the time they're there. And it's just like, that's not worth the effort. It's just not worth it. It looked tidy without them. Looks fine. But anyway, another side point. But she says she never actually makes the bed. Why would she? Do anything else. But she says, once every couple of months, I'll walk into our room and find that my husband has made the bed. It always feels like an unexpected treat. Again, lady, make your own bed. If you're missing out, just do it. It's nice. It's still 5 years down the line, she still doesn't do it. Can't even bother.
I think some amount of blame is meant to be apportioned on the man. I mean, get your woman in line, man.
Honestly, I'm kind of agreeing with you. But she goes on to talk about her wonderful situation in life. She says she pays a cleaning company to come and clean her house once per month. Yeah, it's too hard for her. I mean, she's got that work to do. When they change our sheets and make the bed, crawling into bed that night makes it feel like a mini vacation.
You can change your sheets every night if you want. You have the power to do that.
My mother, she used to, be a childminder. She had 3 boys, and that's why I'm looking at this and almost just in awe at how lazy this individual is, frankly. To be like, this is like hell on earth to deal with this. And you'll see how much of a resentful individual she becomes in the later comics. But to say that, oh my God, changing a bed. Whew.
It also goes to show how little she has to worry about. Like, if my bed is messy or not, I'm not even going to notice. I've got more important things to worry about.
You know how long it takes to change a bed?
Not long.
No. Too much for her, though, in the last 5 years. And so, yeah, I mean, who's surprised that she's such an out of touch child when it comes to politics? And frankly, I mean, seeing all that just makes me come around to the opinion, I don't think she should vote. I don't think she should be allowed to vote. I mean, I don't know how we're going to...
Don't tar all people in the same breath.
Oh, no,
Maybe
no.
not her specifically.
No, not because she's a mother or any of that, like, because she's stay-at-home. That's wonderful. No. Well, the reason she shouldn't be allowed to vote is because you cannot be this sheltered and still think that you have any political opinion worthwhile. I mean, like, she's putting on these feminist glasses being like, oh my God, sexism, racism everywhere. And it's like, dude, you literally are living the dream.
She would vote for the state coming in and making her bed for her.
She would. She wasn't paying someone to do it. A month. But anyway, that's not the reason people hate her. I mean, I don't think she should be able to vote just because of dog crap political opinions and the fact that she clearly doesn't have any hardship in her life to justify having the right to vote. But anyway, that's not the reason everyone else hated her. The reason everyone else hated her is because of the way she portrays her husband in response to all this. And as you read, what a stand-up guy. Pays all the bills, takes care of the kids whenever he needs to, gets all the groceries, does all the dinners. makes the bed. You know, the hardship that is. And does she take it well? Does she appreciate what she's got? No, it doesn't seem to, at least in the comics. Again, this isn't a judgment on her actual life, who knows, but on her comics and how she portrays it publicly, it doesn't look great. And this is what became the meme. So, this is the first one here. This is where we're going to have some fun.
Isn't he the one that buys all of the groceries as well, according to the Post?
Pays for
so
every
if you want a peach, love, go out and buy it yourself.
So this is the comic. It says, one of the many differences between me and my husband. And she looks at a peach and says, oh, look, the last ripe peach. I'll save it for the kids. They love peaches so much. Where is my disgusting husband? Oh, look, the last ripe peach. I'll use it as a special treat in my daily smoothie. It's like,
well,
okay, well...
First of all, who thinks, like, I'll save it for the kids. They love peaches so much.
They don't.
Who thinks like that? That's not how human thought works.
Number 2, he paid for it. Like, how dare my husband have the audacity to eat his food? What the fuck? I saw Count Dankula's response to this is also gold. It's like, woman makes up rule in her head, and then the man breaks the rule that she made up in her head and didn't tell him about, and then gets mad. Very woman moment there as well. Like,
we've all been a victim of it.
Yeah, it's just, of course, that became an absolute meme. There's also her hat cartoon, which is just really kind of gross. Like, I know, again, she's like, oh no, by the way, I love my husband, this is just a joke, but it's like, well, there's a level of vitriol in this I'm not comfortable with to laugh at. She's like, oh, my husband walks into the room wearing my winter hat. Oh, cool. It's like, 2 years into the relationship, if you go to the next image, she's like, oh, how cute. He wears my hat. Oh, funny. And then 17 years into the relationship, why are you wearing my hat again? Please stop. It's my hat. I've asked you not to wear it 1,000,000 times. You never put it back where it goes, and your sweat gets in it and makes it smell. Like,
that seems like a well-adjusted response. I mean,
you're certainly making yourself look like a lunatic.
I might be an armchair psychologist, but
I mean, literally though, like actually, so I've got a psychology background.
But yeah, that's not healthy.
No,
that's a her problem, not a him problem.
And again,
you shouldn't react like that.
I know she says, "Well, to be clear, I love my husband." Maybe, but then there are a lot of these cartoons, and this is what made her go viral. Is the fact there's so many.
Poor man.
Because if you go to the next one, there's also the fact she just gets mad at him for no goddamn reason in some of these. So, I mean, we've seen the first one with the peaches, and the comment is just like, I think she just hates her family. It's like, leaving the house with the kids, what I bring. Kids' coats, why? Bags of my stuff, why? Drinks for the kids and more snacks, why? Extra snacks on top of that, clothes, mittens, hats, hand sanitizer, wipes, and masks. Of course, it's masks. To note in here, this is 4 months ago. Like, this isn't the outbreak where everyone didn't know. Like, come on, everyone knows this is what it is. Whereas my husband, what does he bring? His keys.
But the thing is that this is actually getting at something quite interesting, unintentionally. Yeah. It's the two different roles, the sexually dimorphic roles of parents. Like, she's the obviously embodying the mothering role by being overly prepared, trying to make sure they're as comfortable as possible. Yeah. Whereas he's embodying the fatherly role of pushing their boundaries. Yeah,
I'll drive the car. I'll pay for the car. Mm-hmm. I'll be able to travel around.
If it's cold, you suffer. That's called parenting.
But also,
that's
like,
the kind I was used to.
All of that's not really necessary in my mind. It's like, do you need snacks, extra snacks? Mm-hmm. Where are you going? The desert?
Well, this is our male brains talking, isn't it?
Yeah. But you also have the last one here is also just the last image there, John, is just also her just being really kind of bitter about her kids. Again, it may just be jokes, but it's just like there's so much of it. This is why she blew up and people didn't take it as jokes. See here, what kids ruin, meals out, meals in general, white couches, vacations in quotation marks, a good night's sleep, anything about which you say this will be fun, and their parents' bodies. It's like,
I know exactly what she's trying to market that towards. She's trying to appeal to the other mums, and it'll be like the psychological elbow, like, hey, isn't that right?
Yeah.
She's trying to get like other people to relate to her. It's not really trying to dig at the kids per se. I think there's a little bit of tongue in cheek.
However, the subsequent obsession with her husband is a little less in nice. So the next one here, she also has some kind of unhealthy obsession with him going to the bathroom. Like, there's a lot of cartoons about the fact that he goes to the toilet and uses it for a little longer than she'd like, and therefore he's done something wrong. She's like, oh my god, you use the bathroom for as much time as you need on your Father's Day. Oh wait, you do that every day.
I've heard from many fathers that the bathroom is the sacred palace, where you can actually be alone.
It's actually a quote of all places, I think, in, what was it, House of Cards, where it's like, when I go to poop, it's the one place where I'm not being bothered. And now I've got this phone. So if you go through the images here, just to represent that there is a reason. I mean, this is the reason she blew up, which is there are a lot of those as well. please. As you can see there, it's just like, oh, my dad, what does he do? Has to poop right when it's right to go. It's like, okay.
He's living life in the moment. That's what he's doing.
Keep going, John. I mean, there's more of them. Relationship, my bathroom tie, wife's level of resentment, hours per day that husband spends in the bathroom. Okay. Is this really that big of an issue?
I mean, if it's really that bad, you need to take him to a doctor.
Yeah, you would have thought. He's clearly working himself to death. However, if you go to the next one as well, there's also the fact that apparently she lives in Cape Cod, and this is some nice place in the United States. I don't bloody well know.
I've been there before, yeah.
And people were just like, yeah, horrible, exhausted mum's posture when she pees in the morning. And again, it's not, that easy, except when, everything's taken care of for you by your husband. And the kids are like 3, 4, so I mean they're not babies anymore. It's not like it's that, but whatever. And then we go on to the groceries as well, in which she did a cartoon. It's like, oh, my horrible husband. He brings only 1 bag of groceries. Okay.
Well,
there's a lot of resentment.
That's probably because she picked up the bags first, and he just assumed, well, you've taken that many, therefore you're okay with taking that many.
Maybe, and it's the fact of like, if there was 1 or 2 of these, okay, booby humor, my partner, a bit of an asshole. It's always been around, but there's just so much that this really did take off. There's also the last one here where she introduced a feminist message into everything. As you can see here, which she's very ungrateful again in here. She writes, what is it? Women will not be equal until they are free from the weight of unpaid domestic labor. Lady, you literally don't have to pay a single bill. You literally don't even have to cook dinner. You don't have to do any of the grocery shopping. He'll take care of the kids while you go to goddamn yoga.
I tell you what, if I lived with a woman who did all of the stuff that man did, I would be living the dream.
And she goes
Put
on to
my
write,
feet up.
It's time to stop making excuses for men who simply aren't pulling their weight. It's just like, dude, like he's trying his best. He's doing his best. Like, he's a good guy.
She's not satisfied with nagging her husband. She wants to nag the world.
Yeah, and
right.
that's the other thing.
That's what the world needs.
She's been accused of being a nagging mum, and she doesn't like that. Which
how can she not?
I don't know how you can moan about that. Yeah,
it's so obvious.
There's the last one here with the feminist message, which is getting funny. She's like, oh, double standard. Dad gets fast food, fun dad. I get fast food, lazy mum. Number 1, you don't cook any of the dinners. You said that yourself earlier. So you are a lazy man. You literally don't make dinner. I mean, as you said, he's the one that does that. So gonna knock you on the head for that one. But then also, no kid is gonna be like, ugh, fast food, mother. This isn't on.
I don't know. I might have been like, not caviar. Dear God.
Fast food? Caviar? What?
No.
Where the hell did you grow up?
I'm joking.
McDonald's caviar.
No, I did go for McDonald's when I was a kid.
Yeah. I was just going to say. But then again, it's just obvious nonsense as well. It's like, oh my God, fast food. Oh no, Mum, I can't eat Chinese again. Love eating Chinese. It was the best time of my life growing up. But then there's also the response from one guy, which is he just started putting on images like that the Chad and Wojak crying faces on all of the cartoons. It works. He doesn't do any other edits, and of course this blew up as well. If you go back, John, and just scroll up on that one, you can see there's a whole bunch of others. So go back to the thread, and scroll back up to the thread, and then you can see if you scroll up the Chad and Wojak faces of people showing off that it works for every other cartoon. Just there you have all the different ones, and it works for every single one of them. It's like Chad, yeah, I like the peach. It's also as well, he's eating smoothies. He's trying to keep in shape. I've seen the pictures. He's
considerate, yeah.
So, she trying very hard to just be resentful by the sounds of it. And then the peach meme really blew up, which is very funny. I think we'll enjoy those. So if we go to the next few segments here, so you're doing okay, son? That ain't my peach. F's in the chat, slad. If you go to the next one, though, there's more versions of that. I don't know. I ate the last peach. Ripe peach. Like, why would you leave it?
I don't understand why it's such a point of contention. Like, in a normal household, the parents come first. Like, they're the ones that get first dibs on the food because they're the ones that buy it.
The dude paying for everything.
Yeah.
The dude who cooked all the meals.
Yeah, the kids don't get to dictate what their parents eat. That's an inversion of normality.
But also, it's not like they're struggling. They're doing very well for themselves, being Cape Cod. If you go to the next one here, there's more peach memes, which blew up. They don't know I'm saving this peach for the kids. Yeah, of course.
It's so silly.
It's just all the dads dancing.
Oh, dear.
The next one here, we just have more memes. Peach time. It's just like the dude's just living his life. He's providing. He's doing great. And you're just sat there all resentful, making cartoons about how he's a bad guy. It's just like, no, he's not. He's not. And then I love the last one here, though, which is just, dad's drinking wine. That's all he brings when he goes out with the kids.
Driving wine.
If you don't have driving wine,
That's what it says.
what are you doing if you don't
It's not even drinking wine.
No. Well, it's for both, isn't it? No, I can't advocate that, can I? So we're going to her comics as well, because people started making her comics for her instead. Just, am I doing this right? Me carrying the kids, always right. Love the spelling. Never complains, does everything, does all the shopping and chores, except she doesn't. Her stupid husband, who's lazy, stupid, balding, does nothing, always playing on the Nintendo Switch. His boyfriend brought him after the vasectomy. Would love him, but his IT job pays all the bills. Sorry, would leave him, but all the IT money pays for everything.
Good Freudian slip, though.
Yeah, and there you have it. And I do love the response from the internet, and that's why it all blew up. Again, we're just covering what happened. But then her last response, her most recent response, is the worst one. It just shows that she learned nothing. Let's go to it. There you are. When a woman says anything on the internet, there's a bunch of like snakes and pointing fingers of abuse.
Yes, because only women ever get negative feedback on the internet. We've never had any detractors at all, have we?
No hate mail, which I enjoy.
To be fair, it is fun.
Yeah, you're gonna have that mindset to it. But instead, the internet blew up being like, "Wow, this lady seems really inconsiderate to her husband. Also, like, he's a really nice guy. Like, what the heck?" And so then people started commenting, and she's like, "Oh, this is horrible." She goes on to say in here that this one goes out to all the new trolls who have come over from Twitter to say horrible things to me and judge me and my marriage for just a few comics. It was quite a few. It wasn't just a few. It's also.
I mean, if you air your dirty laundry, don't be surprised when people point at the stains. I mean,
yeah. I mean, you're making this all public. This isn't some hidden situation. But also the fact that like you live in the dream. Like this dude is such a stand-up guy in every regard that you point out, and you're like, ugh, yeah. But he smells. She says, "Don't waste your time, guys. I will just keep plugging and deleting all day long." And then the hashtags. Look at these. You scroll down on there, John, on the Instagram side. Friggin' hell. Hashtag mums for mums. Hashtag women's rights. Hashtag female empowerment. You do nothing. Hashtag feminism. Hashtag women of illustration. Hashtag women illustrators. Creative women. Womanhood mother life. Real motherhood. Honest motherhood. Mum life unfiltered. Mothers. I can't go on.
All I'm hearing is she's got too much time on her hands imagining up hashtags, which is part of the reason why I don't go on Instagram in the first place.
Who writes like hashtag mum's truth, hashtag mum comics, hashtag tired mums, hashtag tired mum, hashtag hashtag feminist memes. That gold mine.
No wonder she does nothing. She spends all her time writing hashtags for bloody Instagram.
But I also love how her most recent comic is also an Old Faithful. And you must remember the Old Faithful version of this. If you're the next one here, just the last comic. We're feminist opinions. Internet, not happy about the opinions. Help misogyny. There you are. That's what happens when you spread your DS. But that's it. And I suppose until then, we shall just end on this. I suppose this is how the father is taking all things, which is just living his life. Again, doing all the bills, doing all the dinners. I mean, again, like, living the dream. Like, I want to see the next cartoon just being like, my wonderful husband. That's all people want to see. And instead she went with, why do people hate my opinions? And that's why she blew up. That's why it became an internet story. I feel like internet historian doing these sometimes, but there we are.
Very much in that vein, isn't it?
I'm sure he will make a future run-up. If you appreciated that segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content we have on the site. For example, this video, the premium hangouts we do with premium members on our cyberpunk dystopia, which me and Carl did together. If you want to follow what else I'm putting out, you can follow me at Getter at Callum on Getter. Thank you and goodbye.